What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are back with another off-season rebuild, and today we got to do the Washington Wizards. And I'm sure none of you guys knew, but yesterday I officially started my Kobe year. That's right, I have turned 24 years old, and I've heard the Washington Wizards need a new GM. So today I'm going to send in my application, but this isn't the right attire to go interview for a job, right? So let's fix that. So now your boy is all business. We can jump in and today do this Washington Wizards off-season rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one, subscribe if you are new to the channel. As always, greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of a different intro. But yesterday I did turn 24, and it's officially started my Kobe year. So let's go ahead and make this a good year. I wanted to start off with this Washington Wizards off-season rebuild just because obviously we have them left to do in the Indiana Pacers. So let's talk about the Washington Wizards. And I was being serious. They actually do need a new GM. They finally fired Tommy Shepard. So this is what I would do if I came in as a Wizards GM. Not what I think they're going to do. This is what I would do. So as of right now, we know we have Bradley Beal on a contract extension, no trade clause. So that's going to be somebody we have if we, choose to keep him. I'm not sure I really want to go that route, but we'll figure it out. Porzingis and Kuzma are both impending free agents, both two guys that I do have interest in bringing back. I do realize, though, if we bring them back, we're really putting a ceiling on this team. This team is never really going to, if you really look at the Wizards right now, they're not really a team that you're scared of ever being a contender unless they just somehow made a big move down the line. But I don't know if that move is there. We shall see. But of course, everything starts with the draft lottery when we're using these teams that didn't make the playoffs. So let's go ahead and jump right in. If we can get lucky, jump up to #1 overall right now, that obviously is going to make my job much easier. So let's just go ahead and see if we get that kind of lottery luck to start this video. So we got the Lakers, the Raptors, Rockets, Magic. You guys know how it goes. We're projected the 8th overall pick. It is locked into protection with the Oklahoma City Thunder, which I'm not sure what trade that's from. Maybe that's from the Russell Westbrook. I can't remember. Maybe the Chris Paul. I literally can't remember. So Raptors, Pelicans, not a good start. But regardless, the lottery so far is going pretty well. You got the Oklahoma City Thunder at number 12. Nobody's jumped up just yet, but of course, that was only the first 3 selections. So as long as we're seeing nobody jump up, we should be in a good position to maybe get that team that jumps up, or maybe be that team, I should say. So we got Orlando, number 11. What were we projected again? It wasn't an 8. So we got Mavericks, number 10. They always jump up, and they don't this time. That's great. But when I was using the Mavericks the Friday, they did, which was amazing. The Utah Jazz, number 9. We are going to have them stay the same. So this is where we could potentially get lucky. It's going to make my job a lot more easier. So here we go. Pick number 8. Are we going to get lucky? 6% chance to jump into that top 4. We do not. We stay at 8. That sucks, but it's all good. So we're going to have pick number 8. Rockets 1, Hornets 2, Pistons 3, then Blazers 5, Pistons 4, or Spurs 4, I should say. All right. No big deal. Honestly, this is my game plan. I think this offseason is going to, well, their head coach is still Wes Unseld, I believe, so I'm just going to rehire him. But here's my game plan. I think this offseason, we're not going to be able to do too much. I think we're going to have to be in a position where we resign Porzingis, resign Kuzma, and obviously these two guys just played pretty good for us. So let's say we bring them back. They played decent enough again. And then I think eventually we probably break this trio up in a trade and kind of try to build our young core together. So we got a first-round pick, and of course I could be aggressive and try to get some more help around Bradley Beal, but I just can't be the guy that's going to build around him today. I think eventually in this video we are going to move on from these 3, but I'm going to re-sign them to start things off because we got to keep them, try to get them back, and then, trade them down the line for asset value. So that's what I'm looking at right now. So I'm going to rehire Wes Unseld, and I'll see you guys in the draft. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. The NBA playoffs are officially upon us, and there's no better way to get more out of the NBA playoffs that you're watching with Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props app that allows you to bet overs or unders on the players you love watching. Let me show you the website. Prize Picks is available on mobile or desktop. Currently, we're on the desktop version, and you're going to be opened up with this. Basically, you have every sport you can imagine. You got tennis, soccer, PGA, CSGO if you're into stuff like that, MMA, but we're here for the NBA. The play-in tournament is officially starting, and I'm looking at some of these props right here, and I'm feeling juicy. So all you basically do, you can choose between 2 to 6 players. This is my favorite way of getting more out of the game I'm watching. I'm already going to watch the game, so might as well have some fun with it. So let's say I wanted to go Clint Capella over points, and let's say I want to go like maybe over Tyler Hero's prop as well. You just go more and more. 3 or 2 players is 3 times your money, and you can go all the way up to 25 times with 6 players. If you're still unsure about it, here are some examples of winnings I've had in the past, and you can go ahead and sign up with my link down in the description below. Use code Crushables. They're matching your deposit dollar for dollar up to $100 for first-time users. Thank you, Prize Picks. for sponsoring today's video. So here we are in the draft, not looking to trade anybody just yet on draft night, but we're going to go straight into pick number 8 and see what is left on the board. So we got Scoot going number 1. Wow, Vic fell to 3 to the Pistons. That's insane. Miller went 2. That is actually really weird. Cameron Whitmore, Jalen Hood-Schifino went 5 to the Blazers. Jarris Walker, Grady Dick, and then at pick 8. So we actually still have some talent on the board, I believe. So we have Thompson, we have Cason Wallace, we have Jet Howard, we have Chris Murray. Honestly, I feel like we do need a point guard for the future. So we could go ahead and take Amen Thompson because obviously we're lacking in that department. I have seen him progress, and I've never really given him a chance, I feel like. So you know what? We need a point guard. We could probably start him right away also. So I'm going to go ahead and take Amen Thompson here to be the point guard of the future and hopefully have him work out here. So that's going to be my selection of pick 8, one of the Thompson twins, and we get a second round pick as well. So we got Marcus Sasser, Leonard Miller. I'm going to go ahead and take Leonard Miller as well, 19-year-old. Let's bring some youth on this team. And these guys are going to be part of the future. We have like Johnny Davis, Denny Avdia. So there's some future pieces here. And obviously, like I said, we can go ahead and maybe make a big trade down the line. I'll sign this guy as well. But if we wanted to, we could probably throw a trade together. But I'm not going to. Like I mentioned, I don't really believe in the ability to win a championship with Bradley Beal as the lead guy. I just can't really see that happening. So eventually, I know he has no trade clause and all, but we are going to try to trade him away. So we got the Pacers trying to get Porzingis. Obviously, we want Kuzma and Porzingis back. Now, I just did a Wizards short, and for some reason, the Wizards don't have bird rights on Kuzma, which I think they do in real life, if I'm not mistaken. But in 2K, it doesn't give it to him, but I'll have to, I guess, double check on that. So I'm going to have to try to sign Kuzma first. I don't know how easy this is going to be, so I'm going to sign, like, it literally doesn't give me the ability to sign him, which is kind of weird, but I'm going to give him an offer because I feel like he'll be back with Washington because I'm assuming they're going to pay him. And I have to kind of hope that Porzingis isn't going to leave. So Porzingis' offers. Okay, so yeah, I really can get them both. It's not going to let me because if I sign Porzingis, it's going to, well, let me see. Can I do something like this where I just give him a little cheaper of a contract? So that's 5 years on Porzingis. See, if I get both of them, it's going to say I can't sign Kuzma. Yeah, so it says I don't have enough room to sign Kuzma, which I thought they had his bird rights in real life. I'm going to double check on that because I feel like they do. I could be totally wrong, but we definitely want Kuzma back because I want to be able to flip him down the line because that's something I really am interested in doing for this video. Everything that I've seen is saying that Kyle Kuzma is going to be a guy that the Wizards can bring back. So I went ahead and brought him back here. So he is on the Washington Wizards and he's going to be someone we look to trade. Regardless, though, we are still like in free agency right now, and I had to go all the way to day 10, unfortunately. We do need another big man here, and we only have Daniel Gafford as a body right now, so I think it would definitely be ideal to bring in a center. So I see Nick Richards on the last day. If Charlotte is not interested in bringing him back, or even like a Mo Bamba, any of these guys would be kind of awesome to have here. So I'm going to go with Mo Bamba on a 3-year deal. He's also somewhat young, so it isn't going to like go like too bad if we do sign him. So I'm going to sign Mo Bamba. He's going to fit our timeline pretty well. So I like the idea of bringing him in on a 3-year deal in Washington. He could help out right away. And even if we don't, decide to stay with Beal and Porzingis or whatever, he's going to fit a young timeline. So I do like the addition of Mo Bamba. Johnny Davis is going up, Avdia, Gafford. So these guys are starting to progress a little bit. But we're going to see how the season goes. I'm assuming this team is not going to be very good. That's just how 2K treats this Wizards squad, which, kind of makes sense. It's kind of how they are in real life, where they're just kind of in the middle, where they might make the play-in or they might not make it. Like, it's just a team that's kind of right stuck in the middle, which is somewhere you don't really want to be. So if we look at a rotation going into this season, they do want to start Amen Thompson right away, which I totally agree with. I want to get him as many minutes as possible. Beal, Kuzma, Porzingis, they want to start Gafford, which is fine. Monte Morris, Corey Kispert, Denny Avdia, and Delon Wright. So Mo Bamba right now is currently out of the rotation. I'm going to go down to a 10-minute rotation. I'm going to do that, and then that's going to give Mo Bamba backup center minutes. Johnny Davis, Leonard Miller, they're not going to get minutes for now, but once we maybe start to blow some things up a little bit, they'll definitely crack the rotation. Thompson, I'm going to give a little bit more minutes to, so I'm going to take some minutes from like Delon Wright. I will probably be stopping the trade deadline, definitely to make some more moves. Amen Thompson, I don't know what his shot tendency is, but I want this man to progress as quickly as possible. So right now his shot tendency is a 65. Isn't terrible, but I'm going to boost it up just a little bit. I want him to take some shots. I want him to develop very nicely. And then Kuzma, of course, definitely takes shots. We're going to boost that up as well. So I'll see you guys at the trade deadline. Probably to trade Kyle Kuzma. And then probably to trade like Delon Wright as well. And definitely start to, figure out what we're going to do as a team going forward. So we are still at the trade deadline, and we're literally like 10 games under 500 right now. So yeah, the writing's kind of on the wall for this team. So Kyle Kuzma is only on a 1-year deal since I had to bring him back on a 1-year deal. We're offering a second-round pick as well. But what I find interesting with Detroit is they did just draft Victor Wembanyama, and they do have Jalen Duren. So that might mean James Wiseman could be available. Maybe Detroit's looking to make like a win now move, so they're like willing to trade Wiseman for Kuzma. So we're gonna do this. I think Wiseman is someone that we could build around for the future. He's only 22 years old. Now, we might have to pay him a big contract in the offseason, which is going to kind of suck, but I feel like if we get him, he's going to help our timeline of just being a little bit younger. So I'm going to do this trade. I'm going to send Kuzma over to the Pistons for James Wiseman, bring in James Wiseman to be a brand new young center for this squad. And I'm not going to trade Porzingis or Bradley Beal yet. I'm going to wait till the offseason to do that one. And then I'm also going to trade DeLon Wright here because I want to be able to give Johnny Davis a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and try to dump DeLon Wright here for at least a second if possible. So let's go ahead and throw him out there and see if we can get just a second round pick. So Dean Wade in a second from Dean Wade. Covington in a second. That would be totally fine. Covington ain't going to play many minutes. As long as I'm walking away with the second, I think I'll be fine with that. So let's do this Covington deal. He's an expiring contract. The Clippers don't really use him too much anyway, and we're just getting a second round pick for him. That's basically what I wanted. It's going to give me the ability to throw in Johnny Davis, so I feel really good about that. So now, looking at this brand new rotation, Thompson's still going to be the point guard. Kispert's going to jump up at that small forward spot. Wiseman is in that backup center rotation. Morris, Mo Bamba, and then Johnny Davis is going to crack the rotation. We are going to have 2 backup centers, which is fine, as the rest of the season is really not going to matter too much anyway, because obviously we're pretty bad. We're 5, or like I said, like 12 games under 500 right now. So as long as we keep tanking, that's totally fine. I don't even know what our draft pick status is. Right now it says we don't have it, but it might actually be locked up protections real life. I'll have to check on progm.com is usually what I use or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead to my rest season and see how I finish out. We went ahead and traded Kuzma, got a young center for the future, and we traded DeLon Wright for a second round pick. Nothing crazy in the offseason. We'll be blowing this team up completely. So at the end of the season, as I looked away, we actually ended up making the play-in tournament. I was literally looking online on what the Wizards' future draft pick status is. I was like, okay, we're about to probably suck for us this season. And I turned my head, and we're literally the 8th seed in the plan. Not really where I wanted to be honest with you, but I guess that's okay. The Wizards' pick is top 12 protected in 2024. So this pick, Nate, may not be coming back to us, but Bradley Beal averaged 26, 20 from Kristaps, and then you had 11 and 7 from Amen Thompson. So not terrible. 10 from Monte Morris. I should have traded him as well. Totally forgot about him. Wiseman with 10 and 6. He's going to ask for a bag, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to give it to him, but we shall see. Corey Kispert, Gafford, and then Denny Avdia. If anything, he cut back his qualifying offer. Maybe he balls out the next season, and then maybe we can trade him then. Or not trade him, sign him then. But let's see if we can get out of the play-in tournament. We are going to go ahead and lose to the Knicks, so now we get either the Raptors or the Bulls, and that's going to be the Raptors. So we're going to go up against Toronto here in the play-in. Definitely going to be an interesting matchup, and we are going to get eliminated. So we are once again going to be in the lottery, but our pick is top 12 protected. So this may not be the worst thing in the world. I don't know where our pick is going to fall, but we got Shea and Jason Tatum in the finals, and the Celtics go on to win it all. So retirement's got LeBron James retiring. The most important step, again, is going to be that lottery. So I don't know what pick we're projected. It says 13. So if our pick is 13, it does indeed go to the Thunder. But if it falls into that top 12 range, then we get it. So let's go ahead and see. We don't even have to skip the results because we could probably just watch. So Bulls number 14. That's going to stay that way. So here's your moment of truth at 13. We have a 1% chance of jumping up. Do we jump up? Do we get that lucky? No. So it's going to be via Washington, and that is, in fact, going to go to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So the Thunder, once again, luck out on a first-round pick, which is going to be ours, which kind of sucks, but it's okay. It's only pick 13. It's not like it's a top 5 pick. That would have sucked even more. But we're going to go ahead and have this offseason be very, very, very interesting. It is time, like I mentioned, to blow it up a little bit. I think we're going to trade Beal. I think we're going to trade Porzingis. That was kind of the game plan all along, and we're going to go with the younger timeline. It kind of sucks we're not adding a rookie. Well, I guess technically we could get like maybe a first from these 2 trades we make, but it would have been nice to have our own pick. We only have a second-round pick. So fortunately for us, we're going to have to just try to do what we can from the Porzingis and be able to trade this offseason. So I'm trying to strike a deal with the New Orleans Pelicans where we walk away with 3 first-round picks for Porzingis. We are taking on McCollum's bad contract, which is something the Pelicans could easily regret down the line. The only reason I call it a bad contract is because CJ, if you play 2K, he goes down overall like crazy. So we're basically just taking him on because we're about to rebuild anyway. So he'll kind of just be here. He's not really going to be a huge part of what we do, but we have to match his salary, or we have to match salary here. So CJ McCollum, 26. I'm going to try to squeeze one more first out of them. They do have pick 3 and 4, but I really don't think Porzingis would be worth one of those 2 picks. I think that's a little insane. So I'm just going to try to get 4 first from them. I don't know if they're going to agree to that. Let's try just the 3. They want to give me, I have to give them Gafford. They want to give me Larry Nance. I hate to give up Gafford, to be honest with you, but we are going to have to probably pay James Wiseman. So I guess that's fine. We're taking Larry Nance. We'll do that. So I'll go ahead and take that trade. We get a really good package for Porzingis. We do get a first-round pick in this draft as well. And, of course, next will be Bradley Beal, which technically we could... Hey, Bradley Beal got McCollum, so now you guys will be the backcourt of the future here. No, that's not going to happen. I'm also trading Beal, unfortunately. Coming up with a Bradley Beal trade has literally been really, really tough. To try to be as realistic as I can with the Bradley Beal trade, it has been almost impossible without trying to override things and make things happen in 2K. So this is the best trade that I have seen so far, where I think it could make a little bit of sense, where Denver goes for Bradley Beal. They're sick of Michael Porter. I don't know. I'm just trying to paint a picture here. But Michael Porter would actually be a really good player to get in return at 26 years old. He's going to be pretty young. We can kind of reset things. I don't obviously want to give up a first-round pick. I think in this scenario, that's just kind of weird. I don't really want KCP all that bad anyway, but I think they're going to want that first. They're going to try to get Cameron Payne. I'm not offering unprotected for the future. That's actually insane. So I really don't want to give up this 26th overall pick, to be honest with you. I'll give you Larry Nance. They say they want to... You were just interested in him a second ago. Like, I literally have to give up a second-round pick in order to maybe get... Okay, so I give him a second instead of the first. I guess that's fine. The biggest thing is we're getting... Bradley Beal out of here, and we're getting Michael Porter. Now, would I have loved more? Yes. Would the Wizards get more? I think in real life, yes. I have tried. I was trying to make realistic trades, getting a bunch of firsts. I literally could not make anything happen without them asking for unprotected first from our team. So that one was a little tough. I apologize that wasn't enough value, but we walk with Michael Porter, and we got picks for Porzingis, which is great. So we were able to capitalize on that. And we do have a 26th pick in this draft to add more youth to this team. CJ McCollum is not going to be a part of what we do here. He's just going to be here for now, probably flip him at the deadline. So it'd probably be like a Chris Paul situation where he plays here for a year and a half, and then we trade, not a year and a half a year, I should say. So let's jump in at pick 26. Let's see if we can get anybody good in this draft. We have Tyrese Proctor on the board. I'll go ahead and take him at 26. Worst case scenario, he's my backup point guard, so welcome to the team. That took forever, but I'm so glad we got it done. We are going to accept all of these, bring these guys all back. Qualifying offers Wiseman and Deni Avdija. So this is going to be important because Wiseman is going to probably ask for a bag. Let's see how much he's asking for. $23 million. Not the worst bag in the world. I've seen scenarios where he's asked for like a bunch, like way more than that. So that's not terrible. I could live with that. Monte Morris, I'm not bringing back. Deni Avdija. Let's see. How did he do last year? 7 on terrible efficiency. That does not really make me want to pay him $18 million a year, I'm going to be honest. But we look at the team right now. CJ is not a huge part of what we're doing, but we have Amin Thompson, Tyrese Proctor. So, of course, we're trying to develop Amin Thompson. KCP, again, not really somebody that we're, trying to make things happen with. He's just kind of here for now. Michael Porter is going to be a part of what we do. Corey Kispert, nice backup. Isaiah Todd, and then we have Mo Bamba at the center position right now. So, Mo Bamba is a nice backup. We're going to re-sign Wiseman, and then we definitely could use like another small forward or power forward. We could probably move Porter to the 4 if we need to. So, I'm going to go ahead. And do I have like money to sign like a big free agent? I do not. So I'm just going to bring back James Wiseman, and then I'll let Deni Avdija maybe come back at a qualifying offer, but I really can't justify paying him as much as he's asking for. So we'll wait for moratorium to be over, and then I'm going to try to get Wiseman on a better contract. So I wonder if I could wait till day 12 to lessen his value, unless if he just gets an offer, which he may, but we'll see. Because I don't think I'll be a big player in free agency. Like, what can I even afford at this point? So I'm not going to be signing anybody crazy. So I think if I just wait till day 12, I probably could get them back. So I'm going to sign them on day 12 to some decent contracts and hopefully get them for kind of a steal of a salary. So I was actually able to get Deni Avdija on like a 4-year, $15 million deal. Or $15 million per year. I don't think that's terrible. So I'm going to sign to that. And I'm trying to get Wiseman on kind of a similar deal where we get him pretty cheap. So 4 years around like $18 million per year, something like that. $20 million, I can't remember. But I don't think those are too bad. So I signed both of them. And they're going to be huge parts of what we do here. We're just going to have to hope they develop very nicely. So got those guys back. That's probably what we're going to be rolling with going into this season. So day 12 was taken care of. So we have the CJ McCollum going down, which we figured, and then KCP. So those are the two guys we're going to be looking at flipping at the deadline. Thompson went up to an 81 overall, which is a very, very good sign. But CJ and KCP are two guys at the trade deadline we're 100% trading away. I don't want them to be here any longer than they need to. So we have spent a bunch of time in this offseason. It took me forever to find a good Bradley Beal trade, but I'm glad I got it taken care of. Porter's the main centerpiece we got out of it, but as long as he could turn into something really good for us, I feel really good about what we walked away with, and we have future draft picks, so from the Porzingis offer, which is great. So they do want to start KCP, which I totally disagree with. So KCP back in Washington, but Thompson, Porter, Deni Avdija, James Wiseman, CJ as your 6th man, Corey Kispert, Mo Bamba, Johnny Davis, and Tyrese Proctor. I'm going to go ahead and just throw Johnny Davis over KCP. Don't really see the point of having KCP play too many minutes. So going to do something along the lines of that. I will see you guys at the trade deadline to trade away KCP and McCollum and give all the minutes to the youth that we have in this roster. Best offer that I've gotten in the trade funder for KCP is a top 10 protected pick from Dallas in 2027. I'm going to go ahead and do this. We do give up a second. We take on a Kleba, which is totally fine. As far as CJ McCollum is concerned, I don't really have a good offer on the table for him, so he might be sticking around until the offseason. I would have to give up a first to get Drew Holiday, which makes no sense for me to do. I could trade him for Powell and Plumlee. Again, doesn't really help me out right now. Simmons, I don't want, obviously. I guess unless I was just wanting to get out CJ McCollum's salary and waiting on Ben Simmons expiring, which I guess in that scenario would be fine. But I don't know if I'm in love with trading first round picks just to get rid of CJ like right now. So he's going to stick around. And I definitely want to find a guy to average 20 because right now we have too many guys averaging like 17. It's kind of annoying right now. So we need to fix that. Right now, there's only, take a look. Let's go take a look real quick. Player stats. Michael Porter's averaging 17. No one's like literally averaging 20. Sid McCollum's averaging 17. 15 from Johnny Davis, which is really good to see. Wiseman, 13.5. And then 12 from Corey Kispert. 11.6 from Amen Thompson. So I like what I'm seeing from a lot of these guys, but I definitely want like a dominant scorer for the future. So Porter, if you could become that for us for rest season, that'd be great. So obviously, no surprise, we didn't make the playoffs. We were kind of punting on this season anyway. If we take a look at how the stats turned out for the rest of the season, Porter got up to 19 points, which is promising. Once you get rid of CJ, there's going to be way more scoring opportunity for someone else on the team. Of course, Johnny Davis, looking at him going up to 14 points per game is really exciting. So love that we got some from him, but we got another huge offseason ahead of us. So this rebuild is probably going to be super long. I'm already 38 minutes in. I don't even think I'm close to done with what I want to do. So let's go ahead and see when the championship. Atlanta goes on to beat the Timberwolves in 7. Retirements, you got Mike Conley, but we're not worried about that. We're going to be in the lottery. I'm pretty sure we have our pick this offseason. If we do not, I am definitely, wow, it looks, oh yeah, it's projected pick 3. So that's even more awesome. But like I said, we're already 38 minutes in and I got a lot more work to do. So we got pick number 2 in this draft though. So that's going to be very, very promising to keep adding to this team. So Rockets number 1 via that Nets trade, which is crazy. And then at number 2, we get the 2nd overall pick, which is awesome. We needed that. Staff signing, we're going to keep that all the same. Wes Unseld, obviously I could find a new head coach, but he's not been given the right hand yet. So I want to see what we can do with, an actual good team with them. So shot doctor, let's fill this out and I'll see you guys on draft night. First order of business is to trade CJ McCollum far away from my team. Per 36, you average 24.5, and the Grizzlies offered me a first round pick. I don't know why I showed you per 36, but still an efficient scorer. I think he'd be a really good 6-man somewhere. So I'm trading to Memphis for a first round pick, and that is a done deal. So we got rid of him. More scoring opportunity for a lot of our guys, which is great. I don't think there's anyone else I'm looking to get rid of at this point. So let's just jump straight in this draft and see what we're getting. I actually can't remember who the top prospects are in this draft. So we got like Trey Johnson, Ian Jackson. So I definitely would love to walk away with Nasir Cunningham or Trey Johnson. So let's just see who goes number 1. Ian Jackson goes 1. So give me Trey Johnson. No doubt in my mind, he'll be our brand new shooting guard next to Amen Thompson. So that is fantastic. We also have pick 15. We have Carter Knox on the board. We have Stojakovic. We have TJ Powers, James Brown. I actually have no idea who's going to this draft, to be honest with you. Ray Griffith, Carter Knox. So I feel like we have Johnny Davis. We definitely could use another small forward, though. So I'm assuming this is Peja Stojakovic's son, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to take him, though. So welcome to Washington, Stojakovic, and that will be our draft. So that was the 2025 draft. Walk away with Trey Johnson, which is going to be amazing. And at 15, we got Stojakovic, who's 72 overall. So I guess Knox would have been better. I thought about taking the center. Was he any good? James Brown? No, not really. 71. So let's sign both of them. Player options, we're going to have Thompson and Johnny Davis back, which is great. Qualifying offers, Miller, Corey Kispert are both free agents. Wouldn't mind either of them coming back. And then free agency, we could be big players here. Maybe. No, we don't have money still. So Porter's making a lot of money. I don't know who else is. But, oh, yeah, we signed Avdia and Wiseman. So Thompson, Proctor, we have Trey Johnson, Johnny Davis. So that's established there. Michael Porter at the 3, Stojakovic. And they're going to have Denny Avdia, Kleba, Wiseman, and Mo Bamba. So I definitely would love a better small forward on the team. Denny Avdia, I mean, maybe we could do this. Does Denny Avdia go up at the 3? I don't know if he does or not. So Avdia at the 3 does go up. Porter, I think, stays the same. He actually goes down, but I think he'll fit the 4 a little bit better. So Avdia's going to be the 3. Porter will be the 4. How did Avdia do last season? 10 points on 35% from 3. Not terrible. Could be better, but we can roll with it. So I'm going to see we could sign Corey Kispert, which I'm probably going to do. So that's probably the main thing we're going to do this offseason is sign Corey Kispert. So the main thing we did was add Trey Johnson. And we do have a trade exception with CJ. So I guess that could come in handy as well down the line. But I am going to sign Corey Kispert to a nice little deal to come off our bench to be a really nice shooter. Worst case scenario, we can trade him down the line. So yeah, that's another offseason in the books. Not a crazy team by any means just yet. We're building for the long game, which is why I said we're not even close to done with this rebuild, and we've already recorded for a long time, but that's okay. This rebuild could just be super long. So player progression, we got Porter down. Thompson going up to an 84 is very promising. The first time in history that I've ever developed a Thompson twin. I always give up on them, and I'm so glad I'm finally letting it go. Avdia went up, which is great to see. Proctor went up 79 to a 7 overall. So the progression jumps we're getting are actually insane and exactly what we need. So I'm feeling good about that. I wouldn't be surprised with the Trey Johnson addition and the progression we're getting if we were a sneaky playing team. I wouldn't rule it out. Not saying it's going to happen, but I definitely wouldn't rule it out. Maybe the trade deadline will become a big aggressive team trying to make a big move. I don't know if we will, but we shall see. Depending on how things are going, we might make a move. So power ranking is only going to land us at 26. No respect for our team, but I feel like we're definitely getting somewhere. So Thompson, Trey Johnson, love the addition of him. Avdia, Michael Porter, Wiseman, Corey Kispert, Johnny Davis, Proctor, and Mo Bamba. I'm going to only run a 9-man rotation. And what is our proficiency sitting at right now? So proficiency, 3-star defense. Wow, we've been running a defense this whole time because that's not what I wanted to run whatsoever. So I move this to pace and space, and we'll see if that changes anything. And hopefully we're a little surprising this year. So unfortunately, another season where we don't make the playoffs, but we went 41-41, finished literally at 500. So I think with another year progression under our belts, we could low-key be sneaky contenders. I really do think that. So if you look at the stats, Porter averaged 22. I do have to decide on him this offseason. He's averaging 22 points per game on, let's see, is it a good efficiency? Very amazing efficiency. So I think it's definitely in our benefit to keep him. Thompson averaging 16 and 8, 16 from Trey Johnson right away. He's going to progress like crazy, I imagine, this offseason. Wiseman's even doing really good. Johnny Davis is doing good. Proctor with 8 and 6 off the bench, or that's FD, my apologies. And then Proctor. So it looks like progression is like going really well for us. So I feel like we have a team that's ready to just keep progressing, and it's eventually going to head our way. We are projected a lottery pick from our own, and then we are projected Milwaukee's pick in the top 3 as well, which is going to be insane. Back-to-back years of having the 2nd overall pick. We also have 12, and I think that's it. So we have 2 and 12 in this draft. I'm not even sure who is the main guy we can add to this team, but man, the fact we can add another top prospect is insane. I'm going to fire Wes Unseld. I'm ready to go for a new head coach. I'm going to try for big name chasers to go ahead and bring a guy on here, and let's see if we can make something happen. So I'm going for the main guys. Obviously, I don't know if I'll get any of them, but I'm going to just keep trying. Quinn Snyder, Billy Donovan. He's not really a main guy, so I don't know if I want him. They moved Will Hardy to a shock doctor. Darvin Ham. Never really gotten him before, so do we get any of them? Darvin Ham. I'll sign Darvin Ham. Why not? He's got a bunch of badges. Welcome to Washington. He'll be our new head coach, and we'll be drafting with that 2nd overall pick once again to add yet another top prospect to this team, which is going to be exactly what we need. So guard guru, let's go ahead and add someone through this. I think we'll probably be trying to grab a forward here in this draft because Porter and Avdia are not someone I'm locked into. Trey Johnson and Thompson, I'm 100% locked into them. I'm not going to worry about guard guru. Let's just go straight to this draft because I'm so excited to add another young piece to this team. So number 1, Cameron Boozer would have been perfect. Isn't this a Koa Pete draft as well? That's going to be exactly what we need. Or Bryce James. Either way, really can't go wrong with either. But I'm going to draft Koa Pete here. He'll be our brand new small forward of this team. That's exactly what we needed. And then at pick 12, Bryson Tyler on the board. Jamison Jones. I don't really know who's good, who's left. We definitely need a backup center, but I don't know if I can really trust one of these guys. So I'm just going to take Jameer Jones, I guess. So that'll be my draft. We walk away with Koa Pete, 80 overall. Bryce James would have been 78. So either way, I couldn't have gone wrong. I would have loved Cameron Boozer the most, but I'm feeling good about the Koa Pete selection, and Bryce Jackson will sign. So player options, I am going to accept Porter because I don't think we'll be able to sign anyone else in free agency, so we might as well just bring it back. And then we're going to have Johnny Davis, who is a free agent, which is someone I do want to bring back. So I'm feeling really good, though. Free agency, Johnny Davis, Mo Bamba. I definitely am going to need a backup center, so if we can get like a cheap one. So I see Zach Collins. Obviously, I could just bring back Mo Bamba. Let's see what he did for us. So off the bench, he averaged 5 on good efficiency, but we see Trendon Wofford. He's not really a backup center, even though he's listed as so. Jackson Hayes, though, is going to be really cheap, so I'm going to bring him in to be our backup center. So I'm going to sign Jackson Hayes, and then Johnny Davis. I do want him back. He is asking for an absolute bag, though, so that definitely worries me a little bit because don't know if I could be just paying everybody this much money. He fit exactly what we needed. 15 points on amazing efficiency. If we can just get him back as qualifying offer maybe one more year, I think I could roll with that and try to make it work next year potentially. Maybe we have to trade someone, ship someone out to re-sign him. I don't know. But I'm going to try to bring him back in this qualifying offer for this last year, not have to pay him. And I'm pretty sure we have a full rotation real quick. Let me just double check. So we're going to have Proctor, Trey Johnson, so we'll bring Johnny Davis back him up. We have small forwards for days, and then we have forwards. We can move one of those forwards to power forward. So we're gonna sign Johnny Davis to his qualifying offer, unless if he's asking for just way less, which let's see. Can I lock him up for maybe, this is gonna be pretty expensive team. I'm gonna offer it. He declines it. Okay. I'm gonna go down to 18.75. Okay, that makes it even worse. 4 years. I'll offer 4 years on that, and he's gonna sign it. So we're gonna be very expensive, but I think it's gonna be worth it. So Thompson up to an 85. Trey Johnson went up to that big progression we needed. Avdia is up. Johnny Davis is up. And adding Koa Pete should just make everything amazing. I will see you guys at the deadline, potentially make a big move if we need to. I'm looking to be a contender this year. That's how quickly good I want to be right now. So hopefully, I don't know why I said it the way I just did, but you get what I'm saying. I want to be a contender this year. So hopefully we can make that happen. I'm going to go 9-man rotation. We're going to have Thompson, Trey Johnson, Avdia, Porter, Wiseman, Johnny Davis, Kispert, Koa Pete, and Tyrese Proctor as a rotation. And proficiency, we're listed at 3.5. So we shall see how it's going. I might stop at the deadline. I may not, depending on how we're doing. So we're literally in the year like 2027, and I'm looking to make a big move. Orlando is a rebuilding team, and Paolo Banchero is not untouchable, which means I could add Paolo Banchero to this roster. I want him. He's averaging 28 points per game right now for the Magic, and I have so many assets that I think I can make this happen. So I'm going to try to get Paolo Banchero on this team. I'm going to have to include Porter's salary probably to make it work. Maybe I don't have to. He's 39 million, so I have paid a lot of guys. So if I threw like Denny Avdia and let's say maybe like I just threw in Johnny Davis or Koa Pete, or Corey Kispert. I mean, we could get there maybe. Let's see. You give me Sam Hauser. We're a little off by 251K. I'll give you Jackson Hayes, and then you give me AJ Johnson, or I don't know, Jalen Henderson. I don't think this is going to work. So I'm going to offer my 2027 unprotected. As literally has no value. Grizzlies has 3-star trade value. Mavericks has 1-star. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Unprotected, 2028, and then 2031. We are literally in the stretch. So honestly, do I want Banchero and Porter playing next to each other? Yeah, I could move Porter back to the 3. So I'm going to offer this. They agree. So just like that, we have Paolo Banchero on the Washington Wizards. I wanted to make a big move. Denny Avdia is gone, and that's the rotation we're looking at. Thompson, Trey Johnson, Porter, Banchero, Wiseman, Johnny Davis, Proctor, Koa Pete, and Jones. This is honestly looking amazing. If this team can go out there and be a contender, I think we have done things wrong. But I feel like we're about to be. Let's go ahead and see how the rest of the season finishes out. Now that we've added Paolo Banchero to this DC team. I don't know if this is the first time in the video, but I think it is the first time we're actually in the playoffs, and we are the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. Banchero averaged 25, Porter with 21, Johnny Davis with 17, Trey Johnson with 15.5, and 15 from Thompson, 13 from Wiseman with 10 rebounds, 9 from Koa Pete, 7 from Proctor. I mean, this team is honestly one of the best teams I've ever built together in 2K, and I think I did it in somewhat of a realistic fashion. You could argue realism is opinion based. Obviously, a lot of people disagree with some of the things I do, which I understand. Some people agree. It's just kind of who you ask. So I feel like I did a good job though. So let's go ahead and see what we get. So in round 1, we get the Hornets, who have added Donovan Mitchell and Franz Wagner. So a very good team in Charlotte. Also have Brandon Miller. They could have drafted Vic, but they didn't. So this could be a really interesting squad. But let's see if we can take them down. Somebody current round, and we are going to lose 1 game, but we beat them in 5. So I feel like our squad, like just the team we've assembled, it's only going to keep getting better. That's the scary part, because Proctor's going to keep developing. Koa Pete's going to keep developing. Johnson's going to keep developing. So it's going to get scarier. We get the Wizards, though, or not the Wizards, the Raptors in round 2. So let's go ahead and see if we can beat them. Somebody current round, and we are going to sweep them. So we literally have done such a good job. Now we get to play Atlanta. They have Murray. Of course, Atlanta's really annoying to play, but they're starting Frank Kaminsky. Come on, man. Give me this one. Game 1, 1-0 lead. 34 from Michael Porter, 29 from Trey Johnson. We should be unstoppable. Come on. Game 2, 2-0. Game 3, they don't even stand a chance. Get them out of here. Get them out. Beat us in 1 game. We beat them in 5. A little bit of scare there for a second. I was about to say, they're about to start 3-0 comeback, aren't they? Or 3-1, whatever it was. But Thompson is your finals MVP, averaging 18 and 9, and now we get the Thunder. So, of course, the Thunder can always be very scary, but they're not looking that scary. I feel like there has been a lot worse Thunder teams that I've seen. They don't have anybody too crazy off their bench. I feel like our depth is a little bit better. Game 1, they're up 1-0. As I was saying that, we go down 1-0. But we do beat them pretty badly in Game 2. Game 3, 2-1 lead. Bro, please don't lose Oklahoma City. Can we win Game 5? Game 6. All right, we got to force the game 7 back to DC, or I guess back to Oklahoma City if we want any chance. So here we go. Game 6. I thought for sure we'd be able to take down OKC, but here we are. So we have the lead right now, and this could easily be going to a game 7 if we just keep it. They are getting back into it, though, and I'm actually really nervous right now. So please just keep the lead. Please don't lose. Okay, beat them by 4. That was pretty scary. But game 7 to win a championship, bring one home to DC. Here we go. I'm gonna be so upset if we get blown out. Please put it together. Please. Okay, we start out down. We're getting blown out, bro. Oh, please get back in the game. Please get back in the game. We did all that just to lose to Oklahoma City in 7. Are you serious? 102 to 138. We're on it back one more year. That's so annoying. I thought our championship was literally right there in front of us, and we have to go to another offseason before we can do it. And this team I might not even be able to bring everybody back because this team is going to be pretty expensive, but we shall see. So run it back another year, and I've literally been recording for an hour. So hopefully this is our championship season. Darvin Ham 64 and 18. And just for some reference, usually I record for an hour when I'm doing the 10-year rebuilds, and obviously we haven't done a 10-year rebuild by any means, but we are in the year of, what is it, 2028 or something like that now. So yeah, I guess we're getting there. But 24 from Paulo Banchero, 21. Honestly, I am just going to go ahead and simulate current round and just hope for the best. I'm going to end off on these playoffs no matter what. So we beat Toronto in 4. Now we get the Hawks, who added Brandon Ingram and DeAndre Ayton and then Noah. Wow, Atlanta has come back reinforced. Would not be surprised at all if they beat us, and they are going to get 2 on us. Okay, now we get Detroit, who have Vic, Vanderbilt, Kuzma, Jaden Ivey, Cade Cunningham. So they actually kept Kuzma when we trade them, like earlier in the video. As I just like spit on my microphone, my bad. Somebody current around against Detroit. We went to 7. That was actually really scary. But now we get the Clippers, who have Bones Highland, Herter, Markkanen, Bridges, Jalen Duren, Zubac, Okoro. Very good team in LA land. We're up 1-0 though, 139, 121. Here we go. If we can just keep it up, 2-0, 3-0. There we go. We got it, right? Boom. That was all we needed. And just like that, that is my official application for the Washington Wizards. So hire me. I'm just kidding. Obviously, this video was kind of, I'm not actually trying to get a job because I'm playing 2K. That doesn't make any sense. But a little bit of a joke. I'm glad I was able to win the Wizards a championship. Definitely took a long time, but we got it done. That's what matters. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. As always, tomorrow I'll be back with the Pacers one, and that will close out every single team we have left to do until other teams get eliminated. So thank you guys for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.